Hey there, what's going on, fellas? How are you doing on this great Monday morning? Having a nice start to your week so far? Hopefully, you've been able to have yourself a good Monday morning coming off what I assume was a good weekend for you. Let me know in that comment section what you guys were up to this past weekend. You can see I'm not bruised and battered too much. I survived being a solo parent for the weekend. Still got about 48 hours still to go, but got through the hard part, which is obviously with no school and what have you, when it's difficult. But yeah, I got through it. We had a good weekend. Holy hell. On Sunday, we went to the Shed Aquarium here in Chicago. Had a fantastic time looking at all the animals swimming around. We also got out to that Paw Patrol play / musical, however you want to kind of call it. So that was a good time on Sunday. So yeah, good time hanging out with the boys this weekend. Again, I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Let me know what you did in that comment section. I know you guys enjoyed your sports. Lots of good NBA and NHL action, and I think everything is at least what's being talked about is March Madness, and hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Looks like upsets galore really all weekend. So yeah, hopefully you guys are able to enjoy that. I'm sure most people's bracket is torn to shit by now, but that's okay because you guys are having fun and enjoying it unfold, and look to see who's going to be the champion come next week. All right, we got a big show on here on today's tap. We got to make sure we go ahead and recap last week. We got to go ahead and get it on some bets of today. We got to go ahead and talk about MLB. That's right, baseball is starting this week, which I know has got everybody excited. So let's first go ahead and make sure we go ahead and do that recap, and then we'll get to all that other good stuff there in a little bit. So throw that recap up where we get to ring that cash register coming off what I call a fantastic week at plus 6.57 units. Absolutely love to see that. Let's hear that thing again at 6.57 units. Yeah, that deserved a second ring of that cash. We went 10-5, again, plus 6.57 units. Now you can see year-to-date still down 3.18 units, but it just had a great, fantastic week. Nice bounce-back week, putting almost 7 units in our pocket. And arbitrage year-to-date, goddamn, I'll say it every Monday. This has been so fun to track how much free money, because you're betting both sides of a wager so you can't lose, and how much money are you putting in your pocket? How about $427? If you know anybody out there that needs some money, maybe they hate sports betting and gambling, but they could use some money in their pocket, turn them on to me. $427, sweat-free. Free money in your pocket. Love to see that right there. Hey, what were some of those good wins from last week? How about pulling out the broom 3 times last week? And it all started off on Monday, going 3-0. Curry over 4.5 made 3-pointers. Thompson over 4.5 made 3-pointers. And, of course, sprinkle the parlay as well, and it all cashed dramatic as hell. Obviously, you guys recall Thompson cashed with 1.5 minutes to go in that game, and Curry was with 30 seconds to go in that game. So my only regret in that game is not following the box score. Remember, I told you guys I kind of took Monday night off from, frantically following box scores. I didn't get to ride the wave of that dramatic cash with you guys and enjoy the sweat. I mean, hell, that's part of the fun is, the sweat, right? That's where you kind of get your entertainment, right? If you're going to lose a bet, it's like, okay, well, I was, entertained. I enjoyed the sweat. I enjoyed the ride. I didn't get to do that on Monday night. So looked like you guys had a fantastic job sweating that one out. And again, love to see the week kick off with a good 3-0. We also got to pull the broom out on Thursday. 2-0 sweep on Thursday. Valanciunas went over his points in the fourth quarter. Love to see that right there as he just stayed on pace all game long. And then we got a plus money cash as well as Julius Randle over 8.5 rebounds. He got 9 in that game, so gave us a good cash. And then Friday went also 2-0 and pulled out the broom on that night. As Sabonis, he went over his point total there against the Phoenix Suns with DeAndre Ayton out, so that was a good one right there. And Kispert there of the Washington Wizards went over his 3-pointers, went way over against the Spurs. I mean, we've talked about them. They just can't defend the 3-point arc, so that was a very easy cash. Monday, we mentioned the Splash Brothers. Had to kind of point them out separately because, really just vaulted our week. Started off 4 units to the good. Love to see that right there. Cindric, I don't know if you guys followed that race on Sunday, the Echo Park Automotive Texas Grand Prix. Really a fantastic race. Was kind of marred there at the end by just so many goddamn restarts and cautions and overtime restarts. It did kind of put a little sour taste maybe in that race, but overall I thought it was a good race, and Cindric was easily a top 10 finisher, so he brought home a nice good cash for us. Hey, we, of course, suffered some losses last week, but thankfully only 5. What were some of those losses? How about the Capitals? Remember that on Tuesday night? How about up 2-0, 3-1, 5-3? Can't hold on to a 2-goal lead. 3 opportunities, and they just let their opponent claw all the way back in there and eventually snatch up the win there late in that game. So tough breaker right there, losing that one. McDowell, top 10. Boy, that was a heartbreaker right there. And that one was looking good up until late in the race. Got hit with a penalty. I think he cut the S's short, if I recall correctly, which is just like ridiculous to do something like that. just really quite uncalled for, especially Michael McDowell, the road course kind of expert that he is, the road course racer. So tough one right there. And then Allmendinger over Byron, 2-unit play. Just what do we want to say about that one, fellas? Do we want to say how Byron was really ahead of Allmendinger all day? But that being said, while he was ahead of Allmendinger all day, Allmendinger was right behind him. There was never 2 spots away from him. They were like 1, 3, 2, 4, really all day. But I give credit to Byron. He did have the better car, I thought, all day. And Allmendinger, really needed like a true long run to maybe catch him. And it just, kind of never really happened for him. And then his chances were ended late in the races. He picked up a penalty, cutting the S's short, which, again, the penalty for that is roughly about a 40 to 45-second penalty. So what are we trying to cut the S's short for to save a second to where if we get caught? Because you're going to get caught. Cameras galore. NASCAR's going to see that shit. Like, what are we doing risking a 45-second penalty? So while maybe we had a shot, but maybe we weren't going to win because Byron was strong, in the end, we didn't really get an opportunity to win that matchup due to that penalty. So really, obviously, a tough one right there. Obviously, that was a 2-unit play, and NASCAR continues to be tough. I mean, if it's happened in the NASCAR season, boy, it's happened to us. I mean, how about Michael McDowell started off the race, the only driver that had to drop to the rear due to unimproved adjustments? Like, you name the bad outcome in NASCAR, and goddamn, is it happened to us. So those things will turn around, I would think, at some point. But, yeah, not fun right now betting on NASCAR. So we'll see what this week brings if they go to Richmond. But, again, guys, a fantastic week at plus 6.57 units. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know. I want to see all those likes we get. I want to know who cashed plus 6.57 units with me. Let's hop in that comment section, see what you guys were up to this weekend, or maybe all the good cashes you got. And then let's talk some things here on the show. What's up, Saeed? What's up, my man? Good morning, Corey. What's going on? Still holding on that UConn future. And I did see that they are the favorites. God damn, you mentioned that pre-tournament. You ain't lying. Yeah, that's a great play. And now they're the favorites. I think I saw minus 120, or was it plus 120? Either way, as you say in that comment, they're the favorites. So I'm pumped for you, man. I'm pumped. I know you got a good pre-tournament, odds on that one. So I'm really happy for you, man. Hopefully 2 more games and they can come through for you. What's up, Tim? What's up, my man? Degent, Embiid and the Joker, first basket. What do you mean first? What do you mean and? I think that would be an or. Got me a little confused there, Degent. First basket. You saying Embiid or the Joker is getting the first basket? Well, I thought Embiid and Harden are both questionable. I think I saw that. 7 months with baseball. Bring on the nice weather. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bring it on. Ready for it, Corey. I'm tired. We both live in this state. I'm tired of this cold, windy shit that we deal with here in Chicago. So, yeah, bring on the nice, warm weather. But you also lived here long enough. You know that that's a full month away, if we're being honest. That's not like that's right around the corner. So, it is what it is right here. So, hey, guys, mentioned earlier in this show that MLB starts on Thursday. Raise your hand if you're pumped for that. Holy hell. Better get those hands up. I am super, super pumped for the start of the MLB season. We just got to decide what we're going to do with this morning show, because if you're familiar with what the payoff pitch is, it's about a 30 to 40 minute show. It's got some segments, and between the Hockey Squirrel and I, we'll pretty much talk about every single MLB game. Maybe we fall short and do, 14 out of 15. But between the two of us, last year, we would get through every game. We're going to give you hitting props and pitching props and, overs and unders and money lines, our favorite parlay of the day, our favorite underdog of the day. I mean, you really just get the whole gambit, really, in going through the MLB, a slate of games a day. And as you can imagine, there's a fair amount of time that has to go into that, because while some of those picks that I'll give out on the show will be leans, you guys know I take the lean serious. I'm just not slapping out a lean just to, give out some content. It just misses my card, but I take the lean serious. So anyways, there's a lot of time that goes into putting that show. So what are we going to do here with the Daily Show? I think right now, sitting here on Monday morning, the solution is to cancel the Daily Show for the next, 5 months, whatever the baseball season ends up being. And what we'll do is we'll do payoff pitch. Hockey Squirrel will drop off the broadcast, and then I'll just do the Daily Show after. What will the Daily Show look like if it's going to be sort of part of payoff pitch? Well, we'll of course do the recap and have fun talking about the wins and losses. We'll of course add NBA bets. You just can't forget about the NBA. I mean, Rockets and Spurs can't defend the 3-point. If we get a good matchup, we want to continue betting and, tailing those players against the Rockets and Spurs. What about Chris Paul? Kevin Durant's supposed to come back on Wednesday. I still believe that that'll be a great play like it was pre-Kevin Durant injury, so we don't want to forget about taking Chris Paul's under. We also don't want to forget about how good the Bulls and 76ers have been to us this season at defending the point guard position, and then something like Friday night with DeAndre Ayton being ruled out due to injury, and then we stumbled onto a gold mine of a play with Sabonis over his point total as he easily cashed getting 27 points. So that's what I think will come on after payoff pitches, doing the recap and then filling it in with NBA bets. And obviously soccer bets as well. But I think that's what you can expect. If you guys disagree and you guys think that maybe I should do the daily show, again, drop in a comment, let me know. But I think from a time perspective, if we're going to, what we do, we want it to be quality and we want it to be good. I think it's going to be hard to kind of pull off 2 shows in a morning period. But let me know your thoughts. I'm open to hear maybe what you guys have for a suggestion or for an idea. But that's kind of where we're leaning right now. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump on into the action today. Hey, guys, I think the best under or over in the NBA is that Spurs-Jazz game of under 234 is what I see right now. Little things that make me a touch nervous is the game opened at 230.5. Obviously, the public is all over the over. They've driven it up to 234. I got the game scored 116 to 113, so that's a total of 229. So that's obviously why I'm interested in taking the under. But quite frankly, the public has driven it up 4 points. Like, what's the big rush? Maybe we can get 234.5, or maybe we can get 235 and then still take the under. So just no real rush to go ahead and bet that one, but that one is one that we want to put on your radar. And, hopefully maybe tweet out a play for that one a little bit later on. All the other ones were, essentially bang on. So that's the only game I'm interested from an over or an under perspective. We got Miles Turner. He's taking on the Dallas Mavericks. I could have included that when we were talking about NBA plays we like. We know how the Mavericks have been dog shit at defending the center position all season long. Miles Turner already went for 24 points versus the Dallas Mavericks earlier this season. But like we tried to play him on Saturday, and he didn't end up playing due to a back issue, he's questionable tonight due to that same back. So we don't have a line, obviously, on Miles Turner. But if he plays, obviously he's already had success against them this season. We know the Mavericks just can't defend the center position. So we're interested in Miles Turner. We're also interested in Jalen Brunson or Quentin Grimes. We talked about, not forgetting about the NBA. The Rockets were one of those teams we forgot or we mentioned. I mean, how are you not interested in Jalen Brunson or Quentin Grimes 3-pointers attempts? But we don't get a line on either one of those guys for Brunson's dealing with a foot injury, so he's kind of holding up the prop markets for that. But I am more than interested in Brunson versus Quentin Grimes. I will tell you guys, and I always say, look for me on Twitter, and I'll try to do my best to tweet out a play. There's a better chance tonight at that actually happening because the wife is still in Tampa, so I can kind of be on my phone and not get in trouble tonight. So this has actually a real chance of following the NBA injury report tonight, monitoring lines, and firing off plays tonight. So do make sure you stay on Twitter because I think Brunson or Grimes has to be played against the Houston Rockets and you guys know, just been really piss poor at defending teams from that 3-point arc. So hopefully we get a good line on those. What do we want to go ahead and bet, though, today? Let's go ahead and throw up the bets that we are interested in today. Let's go ahead and do Jamal Murray over 6.5 assists at plus 115 over DraftKings. And we'll do Russell Westbrook under 15.5 points, minus 105 on DraftKings. Let's talk about Jamal Murray first. Well, first of all, he's going up against the 76ers, and we kind of talked about things to not forget about in the NBA. Well, you don't want to forget how the 76ers have been really good this season at defending the point guard position. How do they do that? Good at limiting your production, but really piss poor in terms of allowing you to have assists. So that's obviously the angle we want. He's cashed this in 5 of his last 6. His miss was on the hook, so like that you're missing on the hook with a good plus 115 odds. And then the ones where he did cash and going 5 of the last 6, his lowest number was 8. So he's going pretty damn good over 6.5, right? He's hitting 8, 9, and 10s and what have you. He's averaging 7 assists per game in the month of March, so love to see that right there. He went up against the 76ers back in February and got 6 assists. That's on the road, so we're on the hook with plus 115, but that was on the road. What happens when you come home? NBA players shoot better at home. We know that, so hopefully playing at home will help him get at least that one more extra assist that we need to get a good plus 115 cash. And then again, I just kind of mentioned, 76ers good at limiting your production. They allow 48.7 field goal percentage, which is top 3rd in the league, but really piss poor at the assist at 7.5 per game allowed to that point guard position. So we'll look to go ahead and take Jamal Murray, take his over on his assist at 6.5. Then Russell Westbrook, this is a play that you can use the term I tested it out on Saturday night. I certainly do that from time to time. I take the responsibility serious of telling you guys what to do with your money, or suggesting what to do with your money, I should better say. So I take this shit serious. So Saturday night, I was interested in Russell Westbrook. His point prop was at 17.5, and obviously we didn't end up playing it, but I played it personally because that's the best way for me to ensure that I'm going to follow plays. I put my money on the line, and then I'll stay in tune. So he ended up cashing that night. He got 14 points against the Pelicans that are decent at defending the point guard position. The reason it wasn't an official play is because Paul George was out, and I thought maybe without Paul George, his scoring would maybe get a little bit of an uptick. It didn't. He finished the game with 14 points and got a good cash. That was against the Pelicans. Now he's going up against this Bulls team tonight, which is absolutely fantastic. That's why you're not getting 17.5. That's why you're getting 15.5. It is still worth it at 15.5. It's cashed in 9 of its last 11. There's no head-to-head this season against the Bulls, but overall, it's just cashed in 9 of his last 11. Since he's been an LA Clipper, it's cashed in 10 of his of the 14 games. Last game was without Paul George, and it's still cashed. Again, don't forget that. Bulls versus the point guard position, just been absolutely fantastic. Top third in the league in terms of points and field goal percentage allowed, but bottom third in assists allowed. So just like Jamal Murray, should struggle scoring, but should have plenty of opportunities to maybe give the assist. But in this one, the points angle is better than the assist angle. And the reason it's better than the assist angle is because of the hit rate. I just mentioned 9 of his last 11, 10 of his 14 overall. But the assists, he's only averaging 6.5 assists per game as a Clipper, and they've got his number at 7.5. So they want you to go, even though it looks good, like he should have a fair number of assists, they want you to go pretty goddamn high from something that he's never really done that often as a Clipper, where the points, it's a brutally tough matchup from him. It's a number that he's just, cashed at a really good rate, 10 of his last 14 as a Clipper. So that's why the points angle is better than the assist angle. So we'll go ahead and lock in Westbrook under 15.5 points at minus 105. Otherwise, that's all I'm rolling with. Again, interested in adding that under in Jazz and Suns, and interested in tailing Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, and Miles Turner there, the Pacers. So that's how we're doing it. Make sure you stay with me on Twitter. I will certainly be firing out plays if we get the numbers, because there will be an opportunity to be on my phone more than usual in the evening time. But yeah, let's get back at this comment section, see what you guys are maybe going to bet tonight. You bet one of them will get the first basket. Okay, I thought you meant or. I can't really disagree. I can't really disagree with that. I could pull it up. I did pull it up. Obviously, I looked at it because we're on the Murray play within that same game. The Nuggets, yeah, they're pretty poor at defending center, and Philadelphia, surprisingly, is also really kind of poor at defending the center position. So I like it, DeGent. I like it. Good luck, man. Good luck. What's up, Fish? You went to the Sounders versus Sporting Saturday night. Nice. And you cash plus 220. Love that. Love. I'm sure we all do that. Anytime you go to a game, like, you got to bet it. You got to bet it. So love that you got that good plus 220 cash, man. Love that, Fish. You need some baseball season-long props. I just never ran into the time this year, Thad. Quite frankly, never ran into the time to put in the amount of time it requires to find good ones. Remember Giancarlo Stanton a couple seasons ago? That's the last time I've had a future in the MLB. Will I have time between now and Thursday? We'll see, Thad. But I don't want to slap something together just to give you a play. I take the responsibility serious that how I tell you to suggestion to do your money. So we'll see. But I doubt it, man. Just a little bit too busy. What time will the show be airing? There's a freaking hell of a question that I forgot to. Last season was at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. We're going to move it back to 11 just because the amount of time it takes. There were times last season where I was kind of scrambling a little bit just to kind of final up the research and really, get the card ready for that day. So just moving it back 30 minutes will just help me out a lot. So we're going to do 11 a.m., which is still obviously, before all the games start, plenty of time to get the plays in. But that being said, Corey, you know me, if there's a play that, I think will move, obviously I'll tweet it out well before 11 a.m. Eastern time. So it'll be live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I think that's a good time. And then, but yeah, I'll tweet plays out. But yeah, thank you for that great question. I forgot to mention that. 11 a.m. We'll go with 11 a.m. What's up, Adrian? Oh, you're far from home. You're out in New Hampshire doing the Red Bull deliveries. Yeah, you are quite far from home. Almost baseball season to hit that 85K. God, I cannot wait for baseball. I mean, simply put, I can't wait. I can't wait for. You guys see what we have on opening day? Patrick Corbin is on the mound against the Braves. How many goddamn times did we fade Patrick Corbin against the Braves? You fade that bum until the cow comes home. Now, it won't be a multi-unit play. If that was May, June, July, or that'd be a multi-unit play. But just because the Braves have owned him over his career doesn't mean it's guaranteed to hit in game one. And so we won't make it a multi-unit play. But you get Braves against Corbin. We get Mitch Keller. We can play his strikeout angle, his hits allowed angle. You can play his walks angle. You can do his team total. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with Mitch Keller. So we just kind of need to see what the best line is, in terms of getting that. There's obviously a lot of nerfy candidates on the first day. You obviously get tons of aces, so lots of good nerfy candidates. I'm excited. There's some good angles. You also get the Tigers taking a left-hander. Wasn't that one of the greatest things last season, is just blindly betting Tigers F5 team total, and we kept getting over 1.5? They never bumped that up to 2.5. I mean, you guys remember how many effing cashes? Damn near every single time they faced a left-hander, they would get a cash. They're going up against Shane McClanahan, which is obviously super tough, but they cashed it last season. They got 2 runs in the 5th inning and cashed it. I remember that. We were on it. People were scared of McClanahan. What the hell are you scared of? But that's a play where, we'll play it. But just because the Tigers were excellent last season versus left-handers, that doesn't guarantee this season they will be. So you guys were with me last season. You know how well we did, winning 46 units. But I think everybody also remembers the first 14 to 17 days were brutal. There's no data to go off of. I can't crunch any numbers. There's nothing to go off. So, again, we're making the first 14 to 17 days worth of plays are based off 2022. But that shit doesn't mean it's going to carry over 2023. So we'll take it slow. There won't be any multi-unit plays. But once we can crunch numbers, we expect to then crush the bets and have a fantastic baseball season. So those are a few angles I've already kind of looked at that I know that are for opening day, and there's spots that were good to us last season. We'll see how they treat us in the first week or so, and certainly the first day this season. But yeah, I'm excited, Adrian. I'm excited to streak to $85,000. The real question will be, Adrian, is are we going to do it on TikTok? Yeah, obviously everybody saw those hearings last week with the TikTok CEO, which was some of those questions and his responses were quite comical. But anyways, where will we streak at $85,000? Maybe a little bit of a mystery, but yeah, we will do it. Let's go, my man. Love the energy you're bringing to the live show, man. Love the energy you're bringing. What games are we watching the over-under tonight? Well, we are interested in the under in Suns Jazz. Under in Suns Jazz. We're interested in Miles Turner over points, and then Jalen Brunson or Quentin Grimes taking their over 3-point attempts. Or not attempts, 3-pointer made. So that's what we're interested in keeping an eye on the rest of the day. Ideal starting time to roll into the Yurfie. Yep. And then we're also, going to do those live. We're going to hang out on YouTube, and if we've got a Nerfie or a Yurfie in the, afternoon time before daddy duties start, I'm planning on hanging out on YouTube live and sweating those with you guys. That was so much goddamn fun. We're also going to do no run second inning. Been doing a lot of research where there's actually less runs scored in the second inning than there are in the first inning. That doesn't mean you blindly bet it for games where you like the Nerfie. You don't just transition over to the no run the second inning, because it comes down to pitchers. Some pitchers come out blazing. Some pitchers, come out stumbling, and then it finds like which they over the course of the first inning, they find out which pitches that they have that day, and then they're better in the second inning. So it's not going to be a blind bet, but I'm already preparing ourselves, and I've got video graphics and kind of the same things we do for Nerfie we'll do for no run second inning. So lots of opportunities to hang out and sweat some bets live. So I do think it's an ideal starting time, 11 a.m. People roll into lunches, give them some entertainment, but as you guys know, we'll be on a lot of F5 team totals, so do make sure you're on me on Twitter. Those numbers, you guys recall from last season, they move quick. I'll be curious to see if FanDuel starts to add the F5 team totals. Everybody remembers only PointsBet and DraftKings give you F5 team totals. Hopefully FanDuel maybe gets those seasons, so we get another book to obviously line shop. But yeah, see what happens there. Your kid is a Nationals fan and hit multiple times against Corbin. Oh, dude, he was statistically the worst pitcher, because based on number of innings pitched, you got to obviously meet a minimum to be ranked in some of these categories. He was the worst pitcher last season, and I'd have to go pull up the numbers. I mean, let me actually pull it up. They're like goddamn comical how bad he is against the Braves. I mean, it was, you guys remember last season, it was like you just blindly bet this one and you live with the results. Again, it's only because it's day one that we don't go in multi-units. Let's see. I mean, these numbers are laughable. And it's also laughable that the Nationals, that this is their best starter. That should give you an indication how fucking shitty that team is going to be. God, they're going to be awful if he's your best starter. Here it is against the Braves. You ready? Oh, just 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. How about a quality 2.2 innings, 6 hits, or 9 hits, 6 runs? Those are your 3 outings last season against the Braves. Yeah, well, sign me up, Corey. We're going to be fading that bum a fair amount. Let's go A's. Please don't be last in the West. Mariners, Angels, Astros. Probably the Angels will be the last in the West. A's will certainly be putting up a fight to be last, but maybe it'll be the Angels. Then you're asked for a cut of the Whiteys. Oh, love that right there. I'm getting a little too fired up here for the opening day. I already remember there's so many angles we want. The temptation is going to be to, not have the biggest card, but if these things that happened in 2022 translated into 2023, boy, we could have a hell of an opening night. There was what was the other things I liked here? Oh yeah, your Nerfy, obviously Aaron Nola against DeGrom. You get Scherzer and Alcantara. I mean, there's just so many Nerfy possibilities out there. What's another angle I like on opening day? Oh yeah, here's one that I think we can play, and this is a classic example of things not carrying over from year to year. What did the White Sox do really good in 2021? They're the best team at crushing left-handed pitching. That was not the case in 2022. They were not all that great against left-handers. Remember, we did not play that angle all that many times. Only when they were really, really stinking high, which wasn't that often. Well, they're going up against Framer Valdez. If they suck like in 2022, he'll blow through that lineup and get strikeouts galore. Dylan Cease is on that mound as well. That could be a strikeout galore kind of game. So love that one right there. There's another Nerfy candidate in Guardians versus Mariners with Bieber and Castillo on the mound. Yeah, opening day is going to be fun. I'll temper expectations a little bit just because we're making bets in the first 14 to 17 days with no numbers. So if we start off hot in the first 14, 17 days, it could be a humdinger of a season. We won't, and I mentioned winning 46 units last year. Remember why was that not higher? Because we blind bet every MLB dog for the first 3 weeks and we lost 19 point, I just go back and look, it was like 19 units. Hell, so basically in baseball, we won 66 units, but I had to subtract that, and now that's how you get 46 units. So if we don't blindly bet every MLB dog, whoa, it could be a fantastic season. Which, by the way, I will tell you, I don't ever use Barstools. I just put $100 in Barstools. I am going to blindly bet every dog just to track it, just from like a curious standpoint. We're just going to do $1 per game. I only have $100 in the account, so it'll be easy to track it. I'm not going to make them official plays, obviously, and I just told you I'm only putting $1 on it, so obviously it's not an official play. But I think everybody would be kind of curious after getting our ass kicked last year and how brutal that was, just to see what it's going to be like this season. So we will have that in our kind of recaps as well as how are the MLB dogs doing, and I'll be putting $1 on everyone. Again, just to track it, just to have a little bit of goddamn fun, fellas, just to have some fun. So, yeah, get fired up. Thursday is almost here. Hockey Squirrel's ready, and obviously, you guys recall, you'll probably get on that show between the two of us. Well, you're guaranteed to get, we do 9 innings, you're guaranteed to get, in the first or the second inning around the bases has 2 games. You're getting 12 bets from each person. I mean, how effing cool is that? And like I said, a nice wide range of overs, unders, money lines, props, players, pitchers, hitters. I mean, you're getting the whole gambit. I'm giving you my favorite Nerfy of the day in the 6th inning. It's a steal. I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing that show. I look forward to having a lot of fun with you guys. So, yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's when it'll go down. But it all starts off tonight, though. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. That's on Thursday. We've got to get to Thursday and hopefully get to Thursday with money in our pocket. How are we going to do it tonight? Jamal Murray over 6.5 assists and Russell Westbrook under 15.5 points. Make sure you guys stay with me on Twitter. I'm going to look to add a couple plays for us this evening. not force, but we'll look to add a couple plays if the opportunity is there. All right, fellas, thanks for hanging out. That's a great question. Seems like you guys are just as fired up as I am for this upcoming baseball season. So I'd love to see that right there. Go enjoy your Monday. Have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.